In this video, we're going to take you through our anchoring configuration preparation for Hurricane Irma and why we think we dragged.
We're also going to take you on our journey back to Britican after Hurricane Irma.
But before we do that, let's just give you a quick summary of what our Hurricane Irma story is.
Yeah, because the forecast when we were preparing for it was the hurricane was going to hit Charleston and we were ground zero.
Yeah, so that freaked us out quite a bit, and already living through Hurricane Matthew last year, we kind of knew what was coming. So we thought, well, let's prepare quickly, and last year we went up the Cooper River, so we thought, well, we'll do the same thing because we survived last year.
Yeah.
Now, in order to prepare the boat, what we did was we took off and packed our sails up.
Yeah, and took all down the bimini and spray hood, I think you call it Dodgers over here. We were just making it so there was less windage on the boat.
Yeah, and we removed all of our valuables that we could. We each took a bag and packed it up, and so anything that was memorable or had like some kind of, value to it, we took off and packed it in the car.
And Sienna took every cuddly toy she could.
Yeah.
Yes. So the car was just full of cuddly toys. We also stowed everything down below as though we were going sailing. Because the boat gets moved around a lot and we didn't want anything to go flying. Yeah.
And I went around and I covered all the windows with towels and with pillows, so if they broke, there would be less damage, hopefully.
And closed the vents, taped up all the vents.
Yeah, and then after we felt the boat was as prepared as possible, we motored about 25 miles up the Cooper River, as far inland as we could get. Now, looking at all the rivers in this area, this is the one and only river that we could get the furthest up, and we did go up as far as we possibly could.
Yeah, because the reason we didn't go any further was a power line that was 75 feet. We just can't get under that, so that's why we stayed.
So we anchored the boat and we got off and we prayed and we sent her our love, and we dinghied to land, and we got in the car and we drove up to North Carolina where my brother lives, and we sat there for a week watching CNN. Yeah. And of course, if you want more information on what we're talking about, please watch the previous videos. Okay, before getting onto the anchor configuration and our learning lessons, just a couple announcements.
Yeah, we're thinking of doing a meet and greet back in the UK, because we're going back for my friend's wedding and we're going to go and see family, but we thought we could do a meet and greet, and we're thinking of doing it in Southampton, probably in early November.
If you are on Facebook and you do follow pages, we're Sailing Britican if you look us up in Facebook, and I will put the event with the time and date on there if you're interested. Yeah. So all of our patrons on Patreon get an early viewing of our videos. I generally get them done by the weekend and publish them for our Patreon viewers, and then they go live on Tuesday. If you do want to watch our new videos earlier, please check out our Patreon page. Just click the link here and it will take you to our page.
One thing that I don't get to see Kim very much is because she's answering all the emails, and we love getting emails, and Kim would love to answer all of them, but she's had 437 in the last 2 weeks, and as much as we really want to answer them all, it's getting too much for Kim, and I miss her, really. So
I will answer them though. I do a batch every day. It's just, it is getting difficult. Yeah.
Yeah. So if he doesn't answer them, it's not as though we don't want to.
Yeah.
It's just be getting too much.
Yeah, and if you really need something, just email again, because I do tend to get to them.
But yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
that's it.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoy the video.
On with the show.
Here we are at the front of Britican. This is our anchor. It is an XL. It's 105 pounds or 50 kilos, and it's worked really well. Really like it. What we did when we went up for Matthew, we used an extra anchor. We attached it to this ring here. It came out, and what it was doing was holding this one down in case we in a big stalk. We attach a chain and we have a grappling hook at the end of this. This is 15 feet or 5 meters. And it worked really well in Matthew, so we decided to do it again with Irma. But this time what we did something slightly different is that as soon as we put the anchor in, I started reversing and the grappling hook bit, and what we're thinking is because it was on here, it actually flipped this anchor over, so it was upside down, so it landed upside down on the bed. We couldn't see it because it was too murky, and I put full revs back a couple of times and it was holding really well, and we were happy. Kim was a little bit nervous about it, but I said, well, it's holding. We put it on full throttle backwards and it held really tight. So we left, and then we found out that Britican was in the reeds and she dragged her anchor. Our friends Ron and Mercedes were very grateful in re-anchoring us, but when we got to Britican, we pulled up the anchor, and when we pulled up, we've got the main anchor up, and then we pulled up the secondary anchor on the end, and as you can see, it just snapped off. It bent and snapped off. After this is snapped off, this anchor was upside down and just dragged us along because it should have bit in. You see, some of the normal anchors, bigger anchors now, have a bar on this one. This one doesn't need it because there's so much weight on the tip of this one and it goes straight down.
But because the chain was attached to the top of it, it probably held it upside down.
And what we did last time, which was different, is we dropped that anchor and dropped this anchor, so this anchor went straight down, and then we went into reverse. What would we do different? Well, I can't use this anymore, but I wouldn't use it. I would just use the anchor straight away, and a 7 to 1 ratio and a bit more. We really like this anchor, and it's done us proud the whole 3.5 years we've had it and we've used it. But over here is a Rockner, and it has a roll bar on it, and I really like that because if it does flip over, it then rolls it back it will roll back as the boat pulls backwards, and this one doesn't have it. And so we have purchased a Mantis anchor, and because we have a Mantis dinghy anchor, and it was absolutely brilliant. We thoroughly enjoyed it. It held us, even pushing back on a 40 horsepower engine, and it held us steady. So that's the reason why we got a Mantis, and we are going to change it. The reason we didn't change it this time because this one had worked with that configuration and we were quite happy with it, Hurricane Matthew, but because of what's happened, I'm definitely going to change it. I will keep this anchor, and if anyone has this anchor, it's perfectly good. We just want the roll bar because if it does end up upside down, when the boat moves, it will flip it over and it will bite straight away. So that's our preference. Yeah, it's just gone straight to voicemail. Yeah. Well, if need be, what I could do is Kim can drop me off and I'll go and get to the boat, and then I'll sail it, motor it myself and anchor near the Yorktown or something, or try and get on the dock. Maybe we might even do that tonight.
During Hurricane Irma, we stayed at my brother and sister-in-law's house in North Carolina for the duration of the storm. Before we left North Carolina, we did a quick video update for YouTube. This is before we knew that Britican had dragged. Oh my gosh, so she dragged? She dragged?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But I don't think it's a problem. I think once you crank the motor up and high tide, I think you'll be able to go off the anchor.
Well, when it goes to low tide, will she still be floating? After Simon and I got the news that Britican dragged, we couldn't say anything to each other. We just sat there staring out the window, feeling sick. Oh my gosh, that was horrific.
That guy was right.
There was 3 cars right on the butts of everybody.
Well, the guy in the GT was right in the back of me.
Yeah, that GT was right behind us. So anyway, he went around us, and it was like a 4-car crash just happened 30 seconds ago. And we were amongst all 4 of those cars
We
that
were
just
right next
hit.
to it.
Oh, I really, really cannot take any more of this.
They're idiots.
But the traffic is just ridiculous. It's stop, start. It's like there's people driving insanely fast. It was horrible. Did you see all the pieces and parts come off that GT?
Mm-hmm.
I feel sick. There's just all these trucks we're passing that are going down. As far as you can see is the blinking lights along the top. It's like a convoy of people going south to help everybody out. It makes you feel good to know that there's all these people going down to help those that really need it. Whoa. Look at them all, Sienna. These are all people that are going down to help people down south.
For the electricity?
It's going to take 2 hours and 56 minutes.
Yeah, so can we take 301 to 401 then?
Yeah, you can take 301 to 41, yes.
Okay, we've exited I-95 because it's pretty much at a standstill, and we're going to attempt to go back roads now. With them? You just got off the phone with Matt?
Yeah, just with Matt, who's a skipper down there, and he says if we're really stuck, he'll bring a trawler up to help us out.
Oh, okay.
So that's, he can, with a bit more power.
Okay.
But
That's
I
good
think
to
we'll be
know.
all right.
Okay, and we just stopped for the finest McDonald's. And we're off-road now. We got off the I-95, and hopefully we can...
I think everyone's got off the I-95 by the looks of it.
I know. Hopefully this is going to help us get there quicker.
Alright, that's a blue handle one. Is there a
Yes.
lock or anything?
No, it's a blue handle one. It's fine. It's just a newer handle.
Well, one's for the gen and one's for the engine, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Alright, is there a key for the engine on your
No. When you go back up to where the wheel is, you'll see there's 4 buttons on the right hand side. Then heat for 5 seconds. Oh, you
Now.
don't. Right.
Your anchor windlass, is coming up, but now it's quit on
Yeah, it won't go down. You have to do it
it.
down.
It won't go up or down.
Oh.
Oh, you're joking.
Is there a reset? Another blanket up towards the bow, or
Yeah, it's
Oh gosh, all the sails are up on top
oh
of it.
mate, oh jeez. Yeah, it's right up at the front, mate, but there's all the sails are on top of it.
gotcha. Does it ever do this and then after a bit cool down and it'll work, or?
I don't think I've ever
No,
had it trip.
it's never tripped before.
Alright, let me check it again. Let's go.
A diamond.
Oh, thank you so much, Ron.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We're an hour and 40 minutes away, so
An hour and 40?
yeah, hour 40. So 6 o'clock-ish we'll be there.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, well, she's anchored and she looks good. And about you, and come over this way if you have a chance.
Yes, thank you so much. That we really appreciate that, and thank you.
And my best to Sienna and to Kim as well.
Okay, thank you.
Alrighty, take care.
Bye-bye.
That was very nice.
That is so nice. We've had so many people calling us, offering us rooms to stay in, offering to help with the boat.
Turn right.
I don't know what it's telling us time. I don't even know where we are.
We're in
Hemingway, and we've got an hour and 35 minutes still to go. This is just like taking forever. Okay, we're almost there. It's taken us how many hours time?
6 hours.
6 hours. It's normally a 4-hour trip.
Turn left.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. And here we are. Here's the boatyard. So we're gonna leave the car. We're gonna get on the boat and take her back to the marina. So, almost back. Okay, can you see her?
Yeah.
Oh, is that her?
There she is.
Oh, she's right there.
Oh.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Okay, and Ron and Mercedes brought our dinghy and they've put it along here somewhere for us. Oh, it is. There's our dinghy.
Oh, there's our dinghy.
Oh my gosh. We're so lucky. We're just gonna walk around and hopefully Simon can get our outboard to work. It wasn't working, so we were towed in when we came here. So we want to try and get as much daylight going down the river as possible. So we're hurrying up. How is it, Simon? It's just revving too high. Lots of stuff in the water. Britican's right there. There she is. That's where Britican was. She was up in the weeds right over there. And now she's back in the middle of the river. Okay, so we've just started and our plotter's not working at all. Of course, Sanda's laughing. So this is why we always have a backup. So we're using the iPad because our plotter isn't working right now. So that's the first time a plotter's ever done that.
Yeah, probably just needs rebooting.
Yeah, you're so optimistic.
Yeah.
And so now we've got like a 3-hour journey down the river. So Simon pulled up the rest of our second anchor and it's gone. It's unbelievably peaceful. We're motoring back down to the marina. It is 7:05. Sienna's hungry and I looked in our cupboards and this is all we've got. So you just boil water and add some water and it's supposed to turn out like spaghetti bolognese. So it'll be interesting if she likes it. If she does, that'd be fantastic. Because I'm so tired. We've got about another 3 hours I think to go. But the tide is running and we're going fast. We're going about 10 knots down the river. So at least we're going fast down the river. What do you think of it?
Good.
Is it really good?
Yeah.
I tried a bite of it and I am calling dibs on whatever you don't eat because it's excellent. I'm very surprised. So the water rose as high as that boardwalk over there, and all the water and electricity detached from the land to the marina. And they're talking about it taking a good week to get maybe water back, but they do have some electricity back. Not on our dock, but that's okay. We've got a generator. So I think it's going to be a couple weeks before the marina's back up and running again fully. But it looks to me that there's very little damage to any of the boats. It looks more like, you know, there's lots of trees down and you know, grass and bushes and stuff on the roads, but overall, you know, Charleston didn't get anything in comparison to, you know, Florida. So let's hope that this is the end of the storms. This ramp here fell off and they brought in cranes yesterday to put it back on. Under the dock there's all the pipes for sewage and for water, and they are just completely broken. They're completely disconnected. So they're saying it's going to be at least a week for water. Not sure what they're going to do for sewage. We'll have to go all the way up to the hotel to use the bathrooms up there, and no showers.
I've got a spot over there. I do. I think he's not. He's close to it.
So these were all pulled out for the storm, and they're all gonna go back in. You can see tons and tons of stuff floating down the river. Lots of branches and limbs, and I've seen a couple trees go down. Quite a few of these boats were all hauled out before the storm hit.
Some look like they've been there years.
Yeah, I think some of them were already here. I think some of them will be here for years to come. Okay, we now have our car and we're driving back to the marina. So there's the paper factory that we motored by when we went up and down the river, and here's the bridge that we went under last night as we made our way back to Charleston Harbor Marina. And in the distance is the Arthur Ravenel Jr. Bridge, and that's where the marina is. So we're just bringing our car back to the marina. It's quite a long trip, actually. How many minutes would you say, Sam?
It's 30 minutes.
That's the half hour by car. During the hurricane, I questioned myself as to why we do this. And, you know, sometimes it's really difficult, but there's other times when you wake up and you walk outside your boat and this is the view you get. And this is why we do it. I mean, we're in a marina, which isn't necessarily the most ideal place. We really like to be at anchor, but heck, even being at a marina is just a fantastic way to get up and start your day. Do you think that needs to go down a bit?
I don't know.
Okay, and you gotta remember to look in there. Okay,
I'm ready. I was born ready. Yeah, I forgot to say that, didn't I?
don't look at it, just say it.
I was looking at it to check it.
But you don't do good when you just read it.
We're also going to take you on our journey back to Britican after Hurricane Irma. Stop, you moved your mouth!
Sorry.
Hang on.
Okay, do it again.
Oh, right. Keep that.
If you're interested in buying a boat and haven't yet requested my free 37-page guide, How to Buy a Boat Without Getting Screwed, click here to download it now. When buying a boat, it truly is buyer beware. More often than not, I receive emails from extremely disappointed and disgruntled boat owners. In many cases, the boat buyer got ripped off, and in other cases, the buyer simply bought the wrong boat for what they wanted to achieve. Get this free guide and you'll have access to 10 steps to getting the right boat for the right price.